here on FIFA 21. But guys, as you guys saw in the last episode, obviously in the last episode we conceded for the first time in league, but then but guys, as you guys saw in the last episode, we conceded for the first time in all competitions. We won 2-1 against Palace. Sigurdsson scored a late penalty, even though he was just about to leave anyway, so he's now left the club, obviously. And we went down to Barnsley in the Cup from League One, and we absolutely thrashed them 5-1. Today, to start the episode, we've got Burnley, but we'll just get into, I think we've got a couple of player chat. Nicola we did sign though. I'll think about it, but Alan probably will play. And Kenny probably will play as well. Where's going to International? Pickford, Digne, Lofty, Scar, Dortana, Mina and Rodriguez. We've got roughly about £28 million to spend still over this window. If you've ever watched, please subscribe if you're new, and also comment below who you are. But look at us, 3 wins in a row, conceded 1 goal, scored 6 goals, pretty decent still. Burnley are down at 14th, they drew 2 and lost 1, so they will be okay actually. But we are on the road at them. Burnley is a really hard ground to go to. So guys, following the midweek win, obviously, we are going to be putting back in the changes to the normal team that we link up with, that we actually put out on the field for Premier League action. But we're going to see them all good and back as well. Decore, that's the thing. Gomlin will be on the bench as Decore will be starting this game, following a superb world-class hat-trick against Barnsley. The midfielder was delighted that he scored a hat-trick in that game. Richarlison is delightful, he's also made the bench. But Lacolo will start on the left, and Alex Hall will be on the bench, and Richarlison will be in, but Lacolo starts again on the left, this time on the left, following a decent debut against Barnsley, but didn't obviously score. But it shall we go in the yellow away kit for the first time this series. The series is really going well, in my opinion. We're liking it. 3 o'clock kickoff, here we go. But guys, I am saving these videos to my playlist, Everton career mode. So just keep you guys daily uploaded. But it's really hard. This will go ahead as we like getting our Everton series going. So here we go. Up against Burnley. There is Decore. A hat-trick in the cup game from the midfielder. So the midfielder's off and running in the cup this season for us. I dear hope he can do something for us today in the Premier League at Burnley. Hey guys, it's really hard. This is a tricky game. Turf Moor is a tricky away ground to go to. The referee has collected the ball, but we are really ready to take on the Burnley side. But guys, there it is. Us in third, just behind Liverpool and Manchester City. Burnley down at 40, getting relegated so far as West Brom, Sheffield United and Brighton. And all that player to watch, it is Richarlison. He did not travel to Barnsley with us at all, but Calvin Lewis came off the bench and scored a goal, so he is really delighted to go into this game. Very happy. But Richarlison is also happy to get back involved. I'm certainly happy to see him back. There is myself, 4 games in charge. In all competitions, 1 all 4, conceded twice and scored about 14 goals in the process. So this is our 4th Premier League game though. Guys, I know it's deadline day in 2 days, but I'm looking to sign a couple more signings, maybe 1 or 2 more new arrivals to join the club, just for a backup brigade though. Here is the Burnley starting 11. It's Nick Pope in goal, a back 4 of Tolkien, me, Tarnowski and Taylor. Midfield, Goodmanson, Browley, Westwood and McNeil. Front 2, it's Jane Rodriguez and Ashley Barnes, 2 strong members up front. Robbie Brady is on the bench. No, he isn't, but Vitra is. And Chris Wood. Well, it's a completely changed game from the cup game, as it's back to the normal first team for league games, because we know it's only league games we need to get stuck into with this team. Decore is in while Gomlin's on the bench, and also the youngster Similans I'm going to give him the opportunity to start in the Barclays Premier League today, as I'll be good to see the youngster feature in a Premier League game. Actually, I wanted him to play to see how he does. He really knows Premier League football. Will be harder if he doesn't play, but it's really good to give him an opportunity. Let's go. Allen through to Simlins. Decent first team debut. Here's the Colo. Did already midweek in the cup game as well, but he didn't score on debut, and he almost scored on his Premier League debut. Simlins, the young striker up front today. We're going to give him an opportunity over Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the Barclays Premier League. Going to see the youngster, born in Everton, in Liverpool actually. So he's a local lad for us. Michael Keane to Scar. What's he doing far forward? Who cares? Here's James to Allen. Now Skimlins. Debut goal in the Premier League. See, he certainly knows how to get the shot on. He's very capable of us being in third. The people watching, very, very impressive. When he just started streaming. Rohill blocked by Scar. Here's the Cody, brilliant hat-trick in midweek. And Simlins, on he goes, the youngster. He's got a little bit of pace on him. Oh, and wide from the youngster. The youngster played in midweek and is making his Premier League debut up front today with Charleston, and a corner outright with Dominic Calvert-Lewin is on the bench. But the youngster taking lots of efforts at Barnsley but didn't score one of them. He's really capable of playing a Premier League outing. Goal news. Man City, they're beating Leicester, so they're heading still top of the Premier League table after 4 matches. We are drawing 0 at Burnley and pretty much all over them, so we know how to control the game. Here come Burnley. Burnley look promising. That's a throw to us on the right. Simlins will be going to see the youngster feature a lot of more Premier League action one day. Here's the youngster. Look for the main man in midfield there, James Rodriguez, him and Allen and Dakota in midfield this afternoon. Throw to us again as the Colo loves being at left wing. Now it's good to see him. Oh Jesus. Almost tried to Cody, scored a hat-trick in midweek. He's really capable of playing in the midfield role. Barnes beaten. Kenny. Way by him for Dakota. Simlins onto James. Simlins almost won it back, but the youngster knows he's played 25 first half minutes so far. I'm actually pretty impressed with him actually. Won't be playing obviously most games because of Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin is really tired, falling coming off the bench in midweek. He's really tired from it. So it's good to give him a rest in Premier League outing. Long from Kenny. For Richarlison, good to see him back in the team this afternoon after making no visit to Barnsley. He even made a trip there. He's really out of action. James to Allen, who scored at Manchester United earlier in the month. He's very promising to get his first goal there. But for Simlins is trying to get his debut goal in the Premier League. But he is still loan listed, so he could be heading out the door sometime over the next couple of days. On Michael Keane, what a block. Michael Keane didn't even travel either. There's Allen for Kenny. Charleston to James. Simlins back to James. Deflected off Taylor, who's supposed to be marking Richarlison. Richarlison on the right! And Richarlison gives us the lead to continue our fine Premier League run of form. 4 wins in a row. Could be handing on as Richarlison gets his first goal of the Barclays Premier League campaign. And he goes with a large travelling support. Simlins in the middle. Richarlison went it alone. And Richarlison gets his first of the new season. We're 1 up 4 minutes before the break. Richarlison, the former I can't remember what club he used to play for, but he's an excellent player. He might have not scored this much. He's not even scored a single goal this season with Charleston, but he certainly knows he's got to find the net. Nicolo into James Rodriguez. Oh, Taylor slips again, but Charleston all alone again. And Richarlison. Slims is in the middle. Cody. And it is half time. And it is 1-0. A goal 4 minutes before the break from Richarlison. First goal of the season. The youngster striker up front, Slimmins, making his Premier League debut. He's actually having an impressive debut in Premier League after featuring a midweek for not the full game, but really capable of playing in games like this as well, especially when we're on the roads. So all the results not going our way. Manchester City, Liverpool still winning as well. So it looks like the games are going to be continuing it. So Slimmins continues up front. It's going to give him an opportunity of how much time he can feature in the Premier League. He knows he's not a regular team starter, but he knows that I'm a nice manager to give him a shout and really get him involved in the team this time in the Premier League. Here's Simlins. A debut goal in the Premier League would be nice. Oh, he's done it. Debut goal in the Premier League for the youngster. He makes it 2-0 instantly after the break. The fans, I think we're going to have a lot of them this year. A very nice goal by the youngster. The man brought up in Liverpool. He is so happy. Elliot Sims with his first goal for the club, and it comes in his Barclays Premier League debut. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is on the bench thinking, how the flaming hell have we done that? Who cares? I'm happy with the youngster. Played him in week for not the full rally, but making his Premier League debut today. Brought now 3-0 lead would be nice from this attacking opportunity. Nicolo, is it a front member to score in this game? Oh, he has! He gets a debut goal in the debut Premier League game for him. 3-0 Everton. It's a very, very surrounding travelling support who certainly know that they certainly know now that our boys have got what it takes. But 3-0 up at Burnley. Very hard game to go to as well. They've just made a sub as well. Ronald and Stevens. But 3-0 Everton. Very, very good from Slims up front. He knows how to control the efforts that he should take. But nice to get off to a really good effort of the youngster. He certainly knows where the net is at the moment. Oh, and Ben Mee's beaten, I think. He's very looking tired. He's very tired, I think. Deflected. And we're going to bring on 2 subs shortly. We are going to bring off Slims. The youngster has been brought on his Premier League debut. Moncan, Cavan-Lewin will also bring on Gomlin in midfield. But the youngster will be shortly going off, following a Premier League debut goal for the youngster in this second half. He certainly knows where the net is, and he certainly knows that he's an Everton boyhood fan now. Might take him off the loan list following a brilliant goal today he scored. Liverpool Leicester have equalised, so that's good. I'll put us up to second in the Premier League at the moment, behind Manchester City. Since we know how we need to really continue our fine game. Digne. Ball one back by the left back. And on come our substitutions, but the youngster, I'll give him credit for his debut goal, but he now is replaced. But it's really how first team quality players you want to bring on in the engine, get out of the engine room. Cavan-Lewin on the bench in midweek. Burnley drilling their free kick. Versus Luca Digne. Good block by the left back. Our captain really knows how much our Premier League outing on the road away from Goodison Park can depend on it. Star away. And it's going to only be a goal kick for Jordan Pickford. And Pickford doesn't concede this week so far. He's really capable of being an England international call-up. Only getting it this morning. Here's James. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Gets it back from Richarlison. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin knows his most experienced habit of being as an Evertonian. He knows how to find the net as well, but he's yet to score in this game. At Burnley, Liverpool are now winning again, this time on Merseyside. Robertson. Calvin Louis brings him, doesn't even bring him down. He dived, but Calvin Louis continues. Dominic Calvin Louis blocked was his effort. Out Calvin Louis to swing one in. Knocked away. James. But Chaddiston unlucky as Allen tried to score. Gonna bring off James shortly anyway for Alex Wolby. We're going to bring on Alex Wolby shortly after being dropped out of this game after an impressive cup game. James, Calvin Louis, who really knows his Premier League run. He certainly knows the form that he's going to be in late. Digne, well won in there. Piccolo gets it back. Here's Digne. And it's full time. It's Burnley 0, Everton 3, a surrounding 3-0 win. Goals from Richarlison, the Yorkshire Slims, who played him in week. Is getting up a Premier League debut today and went off anyway, but did score. And then a goal from the Cologne Premier League debut, but Richarlison, very happy with himself he is. Pickford didn't concede for the first time today in about 4 weeks. But it's really how it's a very surrounding 3 points. And the goal man of the match performance from him this afternoon, including Simmons. He was a brilliant striker out of this boy. There's the youngster was very happy. Liverpool won, so too once again have Manchester City. Very lots of good results in the Premier League today. It's just good to get the content going.
Just a couple of questions for you.
We were ruthless up front, we certainly know. We are very confident at the moment in the Premier League. But the Cody was happy to score.
Thanks very much.
But I'm very indeed happy going into deadline day now. So Alan's come back to us, very happy, so is Kenny. I actually really like both of them at the club at the moment. But look at that. Us, Liverpool, and Manchester City. We're up to second because of goal difference now. But very, very hot indeed. The title race is certainly on already. Taking on Southampton next after the international break. And Chelsea have dropped points, so 4 points. But right now, Slimmons, he might have scored in his debut, but he's going to be dropped out again. He's never going to probably feature much anymore. Synthetic Dyer has made a full recovery to the bench as he's really delighted. But guys, actually, we are going to save it up there for now. Well, guys, I'll see you guys a little later.